This is the Shopify Shop Connector. It's a companion add-on for Shop Connector Manager, and it does one job. It teaches your CS-Cart store how to talk to Shopify. Install the manager once, add this connector, and Shopify appears as a shop type you can connect. From then on, your Shopify catalog flows into CS-Cart. Products, variants, images, collections, and meta fields, and the orders your customers place in CS-Cart flow back to Shopify as real Shopify orders. Let's connect a store, walk through every Shopify setting, and watch it work. Adding a Shopify store starts here. Give the shop a name, choose the vendor it belongs to, and pick Shopify as the type. The store address is your misshopify.com address. Now, the credentials in Shopify gives you two ways in. The first is Client ID and Client Secret. You create a private app in the Shopify developer dashboard, and the add-on tells you exactly which permissions that app needs. Read products, read inventory, read and write orders, read and write fulfillments, and read assign fulfillment orders. There's even a link straight to Shopify's documentation. The add-on then exchanges those credentials for a token itself and refreshes it when it expires. The second way is simpler. If you've already created a custom app in your Shopify admin, just paste its access token and you're done. Either route ends up in the same place. Finally, sync orders. Leave this on yes, and orders placed in CS-Cart are pushed back to Shopify. Set it to no, and the sync becomes one-way, catalog only. Once connected, the Settings tab controls how the Shopify sync behaves. Product listing decides whether you pull the entire catalog or only products that are active in Shopify. Price lets you mark everything up or down as it arrives by a percentage or a fixed amount. Action for unsynced products decides what happens when a product disappears from Shopify. Delete it, disable it, or leave it alone. And this grid is the one to pay attention to. It decides which fields Shopify is allowed to overwrite. Tick price, stock, and status, and those stay in step automatically, while your own descriptions and images stay exactly as you wrote them. You'll notice there's no weight unit here, and that's deliberate. Shopify reports the unit with every variant, so the connector just reads it. Category mapping is where Shopify gets interesting, because Shopify has two different ways of grouping products, and this connector understands both. Product types, the single label on each product, and collections, the curated groups you build in Shopify. The add-on pulls in both, labels each row so you can tell them apart, and lets you point each one at a CS-Cart category. A product that matches more than one lands in all the categories you mapped. And the import switch on the right is the one that decides what actually comes across. Only ticked rows are pulled, so you can bring in one collection and ignore everything else. If several rows share a destination, tick them and use assign categories to set them all at once. Features mapping handles Shopify's product attributes. At the top is vendor, Shopify's built-in brand field. Below it, every meta field you've defined in Shopify, each one labeled so you can find it, and each pointed at whichever CS-Cart feature it belongs to. Leave one as none and it's simply skipped, so you only import the attributes you actually use. Additional mapping covers the rest. Shopify reports a single tax, which you match to one of your CS-Cart taxes. Then the order statuses, and these work in both directions. Shopify's 5 states: open, paid, fulfilled, canceled, and refunded. Each line up with one of your CS-Cart statuses. So when Shopify marks an order fulfilled, your CS-Cart order becomes complete, and when you move an order here, it's translated back the same way. With the mapping in place, importing is a single button. The connector asks Shopify for the whole catalog in one efficient query, then works through it in batches so a large store won't time out, reporting its progress as it goes. And here's the result. A Shopify product, now an ordinary CS-Cart product in the category you mapped it to. Its images came across. Its price and stock came across. And notice these. Shopify's variants have become proper CS-Cart variations, so a shopper picks the color here exactly as they would on Shopify. From now on, Shopify's webhooks keep it current, so when something changes over there, it changes here too. But only the fields you allowed. Now the return journey. When a customer buys one of those products from your CS-Cart store and the order reaches the status you mapped as paid, the connector creates a matching order in Shopify. The order page shows you exactly where it went with the Shopify reference so you can find it there in seconds. And it keeps going. The connector records the payment against the Shopify order, and when you ship, it creates the Shopify fulfillment and passes your tracking number across. Cancel or refund in CS-Cart, and that's mirrored in Shopify too. Stock is adjusted on Shopify's side as well, so both stores agree on what's left. That's the Shopify Shop Connector. Connect with a token or a developer app, map your product types, collections, meta fields and statuses once, and let your Shopify catalog and your CS-Cart orders stay in step automatically. Brought to you by Cart Modules.